Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a rainbow caticorn cake. What I love about this cake is it's actually pretty simple to make, so let's get to it. We're starting with a simple vanilla cake batter. Divide the batter evenly into 3 bowls and use gel color to color it blue, yellow, and pink. I wanted a rainbow effect for my cake layers, so I tried 3 different methods of adding the cake batter to the pans. For the first method, I used a spoon to distribute the cake batter into the pans. Then I used an offset spatula to sort of spread it around into an even cake layer. It gave it a pretty cool watercolor effect. For my second try, I started with the same method using the spoons, but then I actually slammed the cake pan down a little bit to try and spread out the colors a bit more. Then I used my offset spatula again and just sort of gently put the colors together. It combined it a little bit less, and I think I like this one. For the final cake layer, I used a spatula to add the colored cake batters in larger amounts, slammed it down, and then I used a chopstick to make sort of a swirly marbled pattern. I think this last method turned out really pretty, and I couldn't wait to see what it would look like when it was baked. In the end, probably no one would notice all the different cake layers, but I had a lot of fun trying the different methods. So here they are baked. They look so pretty, the colors combined so lovely. And now on to the buttercream. So I used vanilla Swiss meringue buttercream to frost my rainbow caticorn cake, but you could also use simple buttercream. Any of those recipes can be found on my website at cococakeland.com. We're going to start by filling and frosting our cake with the plain uncolored buttercream. Place your first cake layer down on your cake board. Then we're going to add a generous amount of the Swiss meringue buttercream. Using your offset spatula, spread the buttercream to the edges of your cake layer. Once it's spread to the edges, we're going to add our second layer on top. Now we're going to add a generous helping of the frosting to the second layer as well. Once again, frost a thick layer all the way to the edges. Finally, we will add our third layer, place it on top, and gently peel off the parchment paper. Now it's time to frost the entire exterior of the cake, starting with the top and then bringing the frosting down towards the edges and then frosting the sides. You don't need to worry about this part looking perfect because we are going to use our piping tip to cover the entire cake. Smooth it to the best of your ability using an offset spatula or a cake bench scraper. Once you're finished frosting the cake with the full base layer, we are going to color the remaining buttercream. Divide the remaining buttercream into 3 bowls. Tint each bowl a different color: pink, sky blue, and lemon yellow. Now it's time to pipe our buttercream fur. I love this large multi-opening tip. You can use it for grass or fur. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to fill your piping bag with the colored buttercream. Adding 3 colors to the piping bag will give us the rainbow effect that we're looking for. To help with filling the piping bag with buttercream, I like to anchor it in a large glass. Using a small spatula, add your different buttercreams to the same piping bag. Don't worry if it's not totally evenly distributed. Remove the piping bag from the glass and twist it to close it. Gently squeeze the buttercream into the tip. Here's the second method for getting the rainbow buttercream piping effect. Lay out a piece of cling wrap, then lay your buttercream colors beside each other. Roll the buttercream into a log shape. You want this shape to fit into your piping bag. Now we're going to put it inside our piping bag. Trim off the edge with sharp scissors, and then jam it right into the bag. Gently squeeze so the buttercream reaches the tip. Now we're ready to pipe fur. I like to start by frosting the entire sides first. Yes, it does take a while, but just listen to your favorite music or a podcast and you'll get into a real meditative state. For a varied rainbow buttercream fur effect, I like to turn my piping bag ever so slightly with each row. Don't worry if one section is more pink, blue, or yellow. You'll see it'll all come together. I'll show you just a few close-ups of how I pipe the buttercream. I squeeze the piping bag and I pull away. Notice the different patterns that form when you turn the piping bag? Altogether, it turns into a really pretty rainbow effect. If you find your buttercream is warming up in your piping bag, just put it in the fridge for 5 minutes, remove, then keep going. Now it's time to pipe the entire top of the cake using the same method. I like to start on the outside and work my way inward in circles. Once we're finished piping the whole top of the cake, we're going to start working with fondant to make the face and the ears for your rainbow caticorn cake. Keep piping the top in the same method. Don't worry if it's starting to look a bit wonky. As long as you cover the entire top of the cake, you're going to be good to go. We did it! We deserve a pat on the back for all that piping. Now it's time to make the fondant details for our caticorn cake. We're going to make triangular ears, little cheeks, and of course the horn. Create 2 log-like shapes using pink and white fondant. Then we're going to twist them together, just like so. Then we're going to insert a wooden skewer. roll and shape into the perfect unicorn horn. I use small circle cookie cutters and the large round end of a piping tip to make all my details. Always start with the light colors first, then the black. That way you're less likely to get black fondant in your white detailed pieces. I prepare all my pieces and then I put them on a plate so they're ready to go on top of the cake. I can also lay it out beforehand so I know exactly how it's going to look. Time to bring our cake to life. Start by carefully inserting the ears into the cake. I insert them at a little bit of an angle. Carefully place down your eyes, and then you can add your cheeks. You can gently adjust with a little chopstick. Add your little pink nose and the pink blush dots. Adhere the whiskers with a little bit of water. Water makes fondant sticky, so it's the perfect glue once it dries. Then do the same to the other side. I love symmetry. I love adding little pink tongues to my cat cake, so I had to add one. Now we're going to take the buttercream and pipe the ears to finish off the cake. You can pipe the whole entire back of the ear too, but sometimes I find it makes the fondant ears too heavy. Carefully pipe both edges of the second ear. If you happen to mess up, you can wipe it away and just pipe right on top. And finally, we add the unicorn horn. Congratulations, you made a rainbow caticorn cake. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Look at that gorgeous color. Keep watching to see the cake insides. Like and subscribe for more super cute cake ideas. And thank you so much for watching.